on you, Bryce. I'm going to raise this thing up here. I'm not going to fall in the same trap Bill did. I'm going to just start with it on the stand.
Good luck.
What are you doing tonight? I mean, that's pretty impressive. 10 years old, huh? I mean, I didn't start doing stand-up until I was 46. So you got a little bit of a head start on me, kid. You know, I always imagined that the next generation of stand-up comics, the Gen Z kids, would just end up being some guy on stage holding up his phone, showing everybody a meme. Kids out there are probably like, this guy's hilarious. I mean, his delivery is perfect. It's all about the timing. Of course, let's be real. The Gen Z kids wouldn't say any of those things. They would text them. Of course, they would text them in a weird way, like probably the first letter of each word, and you got to figure out what they mean. Of course, now that I think about it, that probably wouldn't work either. Because that would mean that they'd have to look up from their phone to see the guy on stage. So I guess he'd probably have to stand up here and he's just sending everybody memes the entire time. Everybody's responding with some emoji that makes no sense, like a fax machine or something. I see some people have teenagers. But before I start any of my routine, I just want to do a public service announcement. I'm not sure how many people are aware that April is National Procrastination Awareness Month. Yeah, okay, you're getting it now. Yeah, I became a procrastinator recently. Up until now, I was just an amateur. You know, it's funny, it seems like it used to be you could get a decent job without having to go to college. Nowadays, they want everybody to get a degree, right? I mean, my father was a circus clown. I wanted to follow in his footsteps, even though I knew those would be big shoes to fill. See, he had it easy. When he was a kid, all he had to do was run away from home and join the circus. By the time I was old enough to run away from home, I had to apply for clown college. Can you believe they made me apply for clown college? I mean, Ringling Brothers just wasn't taking walk-ins anymore. Unfortunately, my test scores weren't very good, so I didn't get into one of those good private universities like Harvard or Yale University or Duke, EU, or Brown, Stain University. I did get into ASU, but I wasn't going to go there. The best I could manage was CCC, Clown Community College. I mean, they used to try and be cute and spell it with all K's, but they had to change the name. Yeah, CCC, home of the fighting bozos. We were not good at sports. Except skiing. We were good at skiing. Of course, we didn't need skis. So. Yeah, we had cheers like, little song, a little dance, a little seltzer in your pants. And if you're old enough to get that reference, it's probably past your bedtime. And you shouldn't be driving at night anyway. You know that. But seriously, the great part about Clown College was there was always parking. I mean, 12 of us shared one parking pass. Of course, while the parking lot was empty, you should have seen the classrooms. Talk about your overcrowded schools. Of course, the only fraternity I could get into was Waka Waka Waka. It's okay. At least they're not throwing produce today. But, times are changing. I mean, do you guys remember when the Bluetooth earpieces first showed up? I was so confused the first time I saw somebody with one. Because my whole life, if I saw someone standing on a street corner talking to themselves, they were crazy. And all of a sudden, they're a big shot on an important phone call. I feel like vapes are doing the same thing now. If you saw somebody with a vape in their mouth a few years back, you'd think they were smoking their Nokia. It's funny because people people are odd, right? You've met the people who, they get all worked up over people using drugs, right? They're like, oh, these druggies, they're ruining their lives. But they get super excited when the doctor prescribes them Vicodin. I mean, seriously. They're like, this is the worst. The next thing you know, one surgery later, you're like, how's the pain? They're like, no, I don't have any pain. They give me the good stuff. Like, bro, seriously. I got friends who get all worked up when they get the sniffles. They're like, yes, NyQuil! I mean, it's like you can say to them, hey, do you do drugs? No, I never do drugs. What's that, Oxycontin? Yeah. Oh, I've got back pain. Sure. Okay. Well, this summer will be my 25th wedding anniversary. I survived, and she survived. Now, my wife's great, but when we got engaged, I didn't go down on one knee. I know you're supposed to. I mean, did everybody else here get down on one knee when you proposed to your wife? Anybody?
No.
Nobody? You guys must have been like me, where you just felt like starting your life together, begging was not the best way to do it. It just didn't seem like a good power play on my part. You know, it's funny. In other circumstances, when you're given a life sentence, they usually start out by telling you, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. In marriage, they tell you, the things you don't say are also going to be held against you. And if she dreamed it, it can still be submitted as evidence. And eye rolling will get you a stint in solitary confinement. You know, my wife's great. I truly love her. She's given us 2 beautiful babies. And when people find out I'm LDS, they always ask, how many? And it usually means, how many kids do you have? Because they know that my people are a prolific people. Some knuckleheads still ask, how many wives do you have? 17. To which I always answer, as many as I can handle. One. The answer is 1. No, seriously, we can only have 1 wife. But isn't disappointing only 1 woman enough? Really? Come on. You know, it's funny because when people find out that I've got 2 kids, they always do that thing where their voice goes up really high and they go, oh, how old are they? Because they assume Mormon guy with 2 kids, I mean, that's the starter pack. Come on. So when they don't know what to do when I tell them 24 and 19. It's okay, you're young, you can still have more. I think we're done. No, you never know. You never know. You never know. To which I only tell them, no, look, we're just underachieving Mormons, it's fine. You know, I used that line at a high school reunion a few years back, and my buddy says, what a great name for a band. But yeah, I've got a band name. Now all I need is a band and talent. But seriously, it's fine. I've got several siblings. They're picking up the slack. I've got 2 sisters with 4 kids each, a sister with 6, and a brother with 7. So I like to tell people that between me and my brother, we have 9 kids. It's kind of like how between me and LeBron James, we have 4 NBA championships. Same thing. You guys ever notice that there's certain topics like Costco and airlines where everybody has the same joke? Like as soon as someone goes, hey, you've been to Costco, you know what they're going to talk about, right? You already know the subject matter. So I don't want to rehash those same jokes. They've already been told. So what I want you to do tonight is I want you to think for a second the best Costco joke you've ever heard, right? Think about that. Not that one. Think of a better one. Okay, pretty good, right? That's pretty... Still made you smile though, right? You're welcome. Now think of the best airline joke you've ever heard, right? It's probably about no leg room or a tiny bathroom or the food's terrible. Is it still funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? You're welcome. It's all in the delivery, right? Yeah, jokes are good. I like jokes too. You know, things are changing. Has anybody here tried that Impossible beef? No, we got a few people who are willing to risk their life for lunch. But I mean, if you're not familiar with it, Impossible beef is where they make meat out of things that aren't meat. Meanwhile, you got Taco Bell going, seriously? Seriously? Now you want fake meat? I mean, that place has built an empire for 62 years and has never served an ounce of beef. And all they catch is crap over it. Pretty sure their slogan is Taco Bell. If you find real meat in your burrito, it probably still has a fingernail attached to it. All of a sudden, you feel bad for Taco Bell. They don't feel bad for you. But really, it's probably no surprise that we have fake meat. I mean, we have fake nails, fake hair, fake grass, fake milk, fake body parts, right? I think it all started when we were kids and they were making the cheese singles, right? Have you ever looked at the wrapper on it, the package? It says cheese product or cheese food. So it's probably fitting that we can now have fake meat, fake burger with fake cheese on a gluten-free bun and a soda with fake sugar in it and go home with a real gut. Hey, thanks a lot, everybody. I'm Andy. Thank you.